Yo, what is up, friends, foes, and members of the Omni Council? My name is Daimien Kamiya, I am the Omni King, and welcome back to some Grim Dawn. Yeah, sorry about the delay there. I was literally sitting at my chair. I was running, I was a couple minutes behind. I was about like 303, 304, and I was about to hit go live. Power flicker. And with my track record with these things, it's never usually just been one. So I'm like, you know what? Delaying this an hour. I want to see where this plays out. There isn't even anything going on. Like, it's not raining, it's not too cold, it's not too hot. Like, it's just a normal day. It's slightly chilly outside, but like, there's no reason for there to have been a power outage or a power flicker. But yeah, I wanted to play it safe and just wait, just in case there were more. I was gonna originally push it back 15 minutes, and then when my computer rebooted, I realized, oh fuck, right, I have to wait for the router to do it. So I was gonna go half an hour, and I'm like, you know what? No, let's play it safe. We'll do an hour, and just go from there. Job-wise, just if anyone's wondering, I have not heard anything back. That's all I can add to that. I'm not going to go further into detail on that. I have milk and cookies in front of me, and we're going to start playing the game. All right, let's get to it. Oh, wow. Huh. Interesting. Is that just how this game plays? I've never really noticed this, but, the game, your character just moves by moving the mouse. I've only been using controller, right? So I didn't really... But like any other game I've played like this was always clicking. You had to click everywhere, like Torchlight. You had to click to move, click to pick things up, click to talk to people, click to attack. So, you know, it was very infuriating. Alright. So as you can see on the right side there, there's a bounty. Bounty the Bloodlord. That bounty is the one I need to do next, but the Bloodlord is in the Necropolis, so we'll have to take our time with that. But yeah, we got nothing, so there's nothing holding us back right now, so we'll just push through. By the way, if I keep pausing to look at my other monitor, it's because I have some stuff downloading, and sometimes the downloads can stop, and I just want to make sure that these go through. Okay, one finished. The other should finish in a few seconds, and then I'm good. Yep. Just want the window to close, so yep, there we go. All right, all downloads are done. Fully uncovered all the area here, so I don't have to worry too much. We'll just kind of follow the road. What is this debuff I have that is just causing me to blow up? Okay, good. just get the map over here. No boss here, thank goodness. That first guy was pretty bulky. Yeah. So I know we've gone over my build and stuff, and I know we had to rework it because I won't actually get all the skill points or talent points or whatever because I'm not playing on the hardest difficulty, which is dumb. I don't know. To me, I'm just like, to me, the difficulty is the difficulty. The whole aspect of a difficulty meter is for challenge. Like, I guess if you want to tie an achievement to it, you know, beat the game on that, like, that's fine. But, like, if you're going to, I just don't see a point to literally lock mechanics out of a playthrough. Like, I was talking about that with when I was explaining it to my roommate, I was telling him about Super Adventure Box with Guild Wars 2. So there's an achievement in Tribulation mode has its own achievements. That's the super uber hard mode, basically. And one of the achievements is to visit every shop. And some of the shops are not hard to get to, but Tribulation mode makes them hard to get to. Because, basically, Tribulation mode, just kind of treats the, you know, it basically goes from just kind of being open to follow this path or you're dead. Like, that's literally exactly what it is. Fake floors, hidden spikes, just almost anything that will instantly kill you. And, so some of these, shops that are generally normally not hard to get to are now ridiculously hard to get to because of the inclusion of Tribulation mode mechanics. However, there is actually one shop. However, there is also just a regular achievement. Visit every shop in every level. Right? And that shop, one of the shops though, is only accessible in Tribulation mode. At the end of World 1, Level 1. You have to fall through a fake floor to enter into a furniture shop. Which has furniture coins which you can use to make sab stuff for your guild home. It's super dumb because Tribulation mode can be very hard and frustrating. And you're literally forcing players that may not want to do Tribulation mode to have to do it to get a non-Tribulation mode achievement. If people want to do the Trib mode achievements, fine. But they shouldn't be obligated to do it for something that is untrib related. That's something that, you know, I feel like that fits into the same vein here. I shouldn't be locked out of something in a general game mechanic because I'm not playing on the right difficulty. Okay. Is there an issue? There was an issue. That moving thing with the mouse was actually a bug, likely. I don't know, something happened, but... Because the problem was, is I would be opening the map, and my character would start moving around. More lore. Don't know why, but I guess I didn't realize Grim Dawn was going to be as long as it is. I'm fine with that, though. Like, I'm enjoying it. It doesn't really feel like it's getting old either. Well, it has its moments, but for the most part, it's fine. The only part I feel like I'm getting bored in is when I have to map out a very large area. Those are the annoying parts. But the general progression doesn't feel bad at all. By the way, while I was doing missions, because some of the missions required me to kill ethereal enemies, I actually ended up ranking up to the next tier in Outcast, which means that I can actually do the next zone quest. But I'll probably hold off on that for a bit. Maybe I'll come back to it later. Don't really need to do it, so there's nothing the Outcast group has that I feel like I need, so, and I'm going to be fighting a lot of Aetherials anyways, so... I'll get my levels one way or another. Here's a chest. Hello, Jade. Goodbye, Jade. Walking for food. there's anything I learned from Homestead, is that these, my ritual wisdom here. That if you see one of these ether paths, then they generally lead somewhere.
I can't do that yet.
Kind of just like this idea of just being like, I got him! Like, explosion hit! I'm just hitting so hard. That one's an actual dead end. Wow. They were kind of jokes. I got a purple though. Fiend's Resolve. Acid Chaos. Poison. Vitality into Chaos. I said specifically that I plan to save any purples I get because they're legendaries. It's anything like Borderlands, right? Legendaries can probably last quite a bit of time, so I once got a level 8 the Boom Blaster? No, I think isn't the Boom Blaster the Ascended one? Just the grenade that Boom and Boom drop. I once had a level 8 one of those and it lasted me till like 23 cuz just even though it was, you know, each explosion was much weaker than the other grenades. Just the general combined explosion damage that grenade could deal was worth more than any grenade I could find. Random cult enemies here now for some reason. The accurate RPG. Well, actually there kind of is one. Like Dragon Quest 9, I know Dragon Quest 9 does this, where if you are so if your level is high enough when you enter into a certain zone, the enemies there will actually run from you. They'll run away from you instead of at you. And that's like a cool touch. Like thinking, when do you need to do that? Dragon Quest 9 has a grotto system, where you get treasure maps. I think you get a few given to you, like 1 or 2 given to you, like for completing quests, like post-game quests. And every time you complete a dungeon, it gives you another map at random. And the maps, you use the maps to find the grotto entrances, these dungeon grottos, and but they can be anywhere in the world. So that's why, you know, enemies running from you can actually be useful, because sometimes you have to go back to those early level zones. And that was something you could do too, is you can use that, there was sort of like, I wouldn't say street pass, but just kind of like that, like a local Wi-Fi thing, where you can pass your maps to your friends. And the most coveted grotto map of all time was the Metal Slime King map. Everyone wanted that. So Metal King Slime can spawn in dungeons. It's the highest experienced enemy in the game. And if you... they're very rare though, like a lot of metal enemies. They can spawn in many places, but not as common. You sometimes have to just wait around for them. But they're still... even the waiting still makes them worth the experience gain over just grinding on normal enemies. But there is a particular set of maps that has a floor that just has a significantly increased drop rate. Why is there a blacksmith here for no reason? An incredibly increased spawn rate for King Metal Slimes. And it's insanely coveted, specifically for people to, you know, level and stuff. I managed to do max my party off of regular liquid metal slime, so I didn't end up ever needing it, but it would have been a dream. King Metal Slimes give 4 times the experience of liquid metal slimes, and liquid metal slimes have the second highest EXP yield in the game. I believe they're about 40,000, so King Metal Slimes are about 120,000 experience, which is fucking huge. Dragon Quest XI was such a disappointment, because in all honesty, you know, it put a halt on some things, but grinding out the levels with the metal slimes that way, it's like, oh, time to, you know, I'm under leveled, or I want to change classes, because each class in that game held its own independent level. Time to switch to, let's do some metal slime farm. You just go to the location and you just farm the metal slimes, whichever is the best one at the time. And, but in Dragon Quest XI, I barely saw metal slimes, and most of them ran away from me. Like, it seemed like there wasn't really an efficient way to grind in that game.
My inventory is full.
Come see what's left of my wares.
I'm very close to equipping these, and we'll see the kind of damage drop I get. Because I already know it's going to be a damage drop. There's no physical damage on this, and it's going to do less burn damage. The lightning damage will not counteract the amount of damage I'm going to lose on this.
Put it to good use.
There's a skill called Shattering Blast, and I just want to know which one it is. Because it's highlighted, so it says I have it. Oh, here it is. So I lose points in this if I change. That actually sounds more like an additional nerf.
Come see what's left of my wares. What did I do? Oh, I did sell it. It was weird because I picked it up and then pressed B. I didn't actually mean to sell it. Well, I meant to sell it, but not the way I did. Iron well spent.
Right, let's go deposit shit.
Got something you need stashed? I'll keep an eye on this.
Oops. Let's head to the top route. Shrine! Oops, wrong button. Alright, that should complete no. Yeah, this should complete Kraken. So next up, I am planning to invest into Ghoul over here. So it'll start with this one, with physique. It starts off small, with physique and defensive ability. This is where it kicks off, though, with the 3% health, 16% health regen. This one's not the greatest either. But this one here, 5% health steal, 30% more regen. And then I actually get an ability, too. 100% chance at 45% health. We'll see, because I need to figure out, like, what am I running that's going to have an ability? Because that's going to have an ability. This one's going to have an ability. This will have an ability, but this is the last one I plan to get. And then this one's going to have an ability. This one I might put this one on the electric one, like the electric surrounding skill. This one I could probably put on the Y one, and then that saves these two for grenade and probably to put this one on main combo and this one on grenade. Yo, more lore. So this is the right direction because it's leading me to the next portal, which I'll take because, you know. I'm gonna head back south. I just want to finish completing the zone before I uncovering the zone before I progress any further. I still got a good chunk left to uncover. Yeah, when you're on maps like this, you generally don't know what's the right direction, like what way's going to progress and what way's just optional. Then again, at the same time, if you didn't know, like a good example is Final Fantasy XII, where you can either play the game without a map and just explore, or with a map and then basically never go to half the maps in the game. And that's not even a joke. As someone that loves Final Fantasy XII, there are once you know where you can buy the maps, there are basically regions you never need to go to. Because they're not required to pass through for plot. They don't have hidden, they don't have, not hidden, like, but marks or rare game on them. Oh. Right, so they don't have chests of value, such as spells or whatever, so like there's just no reason to even go to the maps. Yeah, my only problem, and I don't blame it because it's just the mechanics of the game, but I kind of wish I had more of like an MMO style targeting with some of the skills. For like grenade, I could select the AoE rather than it just locking onto a target. Because I feel like half the time, a shot that could effectively cripple a group ends up only hitting one person because that's the guy it targets. And you don't really even have like a lock-on system, so you can't really necessarily even choose your target half the time. I'd say even more than half the time. Like, there is a target, but the only way to change it is to just try to look in a different direction and hope you pick someone else. And at a distance, that's not always easy to do, and in a group, it's nearly impossible. That's an optional dungeon. We'll take a look at it in a second. Because that might be where I need to go for one of the side quests I have right now. I just have that one little lip down there at the bottom. Right down here. Just hit that up really quick. One second, sorry. Let me look something up here. Oh, sorry about that.
So they have increased damage. Seems like a very small... Oh, I see a shrine. Good. I was like, this area seems pretty small, but I guess it's much bigger than it seems right now. One second. I'm just logging on. I'm getting to my checklist for shrines, making sure I'm staying on top. I just got one, so I want to make sure I cross it off. Gates, I got that. This one seems to be the Black Sepulchre. Based on the... Yeah, this is the Black Sepulchre. What enemy type is this again? Is this ghouls? Is this undead, I guess? Yeah, just standard undead. Who gets bonuses from undead? Doesn't state anyone specifically. That's Crawley's gang, Beasts, Chthonians, and Order of Death's Vigil, Arcovian Undead, Ethereal Vanguards, the Outcast, Aetherials, Chthonians.
Let's take this one out. One boss down. The big guy's down. Yeah, the big guys are generally more of a concern than the bosses are at times, I find. Ooh, another legendary. Hidden chest. That was a good grenade. I'm glad I went around. I couldn't go the... I had to go the long way anyways. Alright. Black Sepulchre is done. So there's only 2 more shrines left in Act 4.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Hey, Israel. How you doing? Oh, yay. That sounds fun. I still haven't heard back about my thing. Were you here when I explained what happened? Like I said, I got the interview. Turns out it wasn't an interview. So, I posted an online application to get called in to fill out a paper application to get told they'll call me later.
Iron well spent.
I don't know why I moved that shield.
See you around.
Safe storage, no question.
Alright, let's head back.
Some people have told me it's just so they have a paper record inside the store, but it's weird because most of what I filled out there, I filled out on the website. But here's hoping I hear back soon.
Took you long enough. There I thought I'd have to save the world all by myself.
No problem. I understand, Lizriel. Enjoy. Well, try your best. Live. I don't know what energy drinks they have in Russia, or if it's coffee you drink, but keep them, hug it close to your chest.
The cult of Cthon is too numerous for us to take them head on. But we can sabotage their efforts with a few precise attacks, while our Black Legion friends keep them distracted elsewhere. It appears that the ritual is being powered by blood harvested at the cult's camps, delivered here in despicable blood wagons. To complicate matters, the constant flow of blood is maintaining a chthonic seal over the entrance to the Tomb of the Watchers. I may be able to breach it with some effort, but there is no way you would be able to follow me through. You will have to disrupt the blood deliveries first. The tomb itself is split into 3 levels, with the bottom floor sealed off behind ancient wards. But if the cult is delivering blood in those quantities, then they must have already broken through them. I'm going to enter the tomb and see if I can disrupt the ritual from inside. In the meantime, you should deal with the blood wagons. When you're finished, join me on the bottom level, just beyond the seal of the Lughorian. With luck, we will stop the cult of Cthon before the Lughorian even moves a tentacle.
Well, whatever your pick is, go for it. I've been getting energy drinks, but I get 0 sugar ones, but I never drink more than 1 a day. And I looked that up. So my rule with energy drinks is like, I looked it up and they said it's like, as long as you're a generally healthy individual, 1 energy drink a day is not harmful. And I'm a generally healthy individual. But one thing is, energy drinks, all energy drinks I've ever drank, say on the side, does not replace food or hydration products. It is not meant to rehydrate you. It is not meant to fill your stomach. So I always ensure that I take it with either another beverage or some other type of food, which is generally considered better anyways, because those actual products will help with the digestion of the energy drink. You will actually get more out of the energy drink if you take it with something else. Most people don't realize this. Matter of fact, taking anything with food is generally better because it increases the it amplifies and increases the digestion process, which allows you to absorb your nutrients faster. So any nutrients you absorb through liquid would actually get digested faster because your body won't necessarily always if I'm correct, I'm not a medical expert of course, but your body doesn't always detect when fluids are consumed as quickly as it detects food. I already destroyed a wagon and I didn't even know what I did. More lore. I had an old coworker, an old employee, that once told me that when he used to work at another store, not within my company, like a different retail store, he his breakfast every morning was 2 monsters, And I'm just like, dude. And then he's like, yeah, and then the doctor, like, told me that, like, I was, like, a step away from a heart attack. I'm like, of course you fucking were. First things first, every energy drink, it doesn't even matter the size you drink, every drink will tell you do not drink more than one. Well, debatably. The smaller ones, depending on the company, may say don't drink more than 2. But anything bigger than the small, like 355 milliliters, will generally say don't drink more than 2. Or don't drink more than 1, I mean. But he's also not eating breakfast. He's not taking it with anything. In all honesty, if he had one monster with something to eat, it probably would have been more effective and not fucking destroyed him on the inside. Like, I'm a firm believer of most things out there, they're not healthy for you, but they're not destructively dangerous unless you overly abuse them. Like, even candy. Like, candy's not bad for you, but if you eat too much candy, that's when you get, like, diabetes and stuff. Right? Like, but you can eat candy without getting diabetes. Oh, I destroyed the northern wagon, too. I don't even know what the wagon looks like. I'm just killing things. I see a red outline, it dies. Is this leading to, the danger zone? Yep. What is this? Poison and bleed resistance. Enemies have lifesteal, and they attack, cast, and move faster. And I can't portal out. Oh, there's a shrine in here, though. It's right beside me. Bastion of Chaos. This one right here. Defeat the monsters. Boss is dead. Oh, I got 2 more points. Completely forgot I leveled. I should be fine. You know, it's I already put the points into these ones, right? Yeah. Oh no. I want to do this. So that's 8. So next level, I'll put 2 more points in, and then I get Feral Hunger, and then I have no reason to invest any more points into the bottom bar. So the following level at 55, I'll put 1 point into Feral Hunger, and then go back to Demolitionist. So I can now wear these boots. That's a pretty big... I gain 33 on armor rating, but I lose a shit ton of damage. I think I'll just leave what I have. Anyways, I did that because I came in here because I wanted to do this. Where's Ghoul?
There we go. More regen and health. Next point will go here because it's the most beneficial. And then I don't really care where the next point goes in, but I do need to max this to get the completion bonus. To get more chaos. Oh, I didn't realize it did this. If you highlight it over this, it shows you what gives you those as rewards.
I can't open that.
Oh, requires skeleton key? What? So the only notable boss in this dungeon is the one I just killed. So nothing, there'd be no quest that would probably be taking me to the next floor. So I don't think I need to come back here with the skeleton key or anything, but at least the portal doesn't move, so... Seems like a relatively small area, though. Yeah, I had to come here for the shrine anyway, so I'm glad I did. Probably have to come back, too, because I imagine there'll be at least one bounty that will require me to kill that boss again. I've had many bounties that have required me to come back and kill bosses I've already defeated before. Which, since they respawn, it's not really a problem, so... Oh, almost died there. Can you die, please? Holy hell. It wasn't even the boss that was the problem there. Like, holy fuck. It was like a fucking wizard dude beside him. Boss went down fairly easily.
Skill's not ready.
After a point though, like once I get this constellation, the ghoul one, and the was it the giant or whatever afterwards. I wouldn't mind getting some gear with a little bit more flat HP regen, just because the percentage bonuses I have are so big, and I am assuming mathematically they factor in after the flat bonuses. So like basically the game will calculate up all the flat bonuses and then apply the percentage bonuses on top of it. Because otherwise, if the percentages only were based off your base, then you really wouldn't be getting much out of it. Look it up here. Right, like we look at my stats here. Right, there's the health regen. Let me see. Do I have something that's the... Yeah, so this one is a flat. Do I have something with a percentage? I think... Yeah, my weapon has the percentage, right? Yes. Oh, it also has a flat, too. So maybe... Anything else that has a flat? This one. Okay. So if we remove this... Yeah, see, it dropped by like 84. And that's only a plus 43. So the percentage increase does apply after the flat increases. Move that. Yeah, and that got rid of 86, and that's only 44. But if we got rid of this, yeah, that got rid of a lot. Just because that has probably my highest attribute of health regen. I'm going to be really upset when I can't find another Voldrux Crusher. Because this is the second version of this weapon I've found, and I've fucking loved it every goddamn time. Been a powerful weapon offensively and defensively for me. Here's my way out. Excuse me. I said just for the sake of things, I would like to have the map fully uncovered. So if I have to come back here, I at least can see my way around.
Another boss dead. Or a champ. That was a champion. Bosses are skulls, champions are stars. Okay, the portal was over here somewhere, right? You're dead. I think another compliment I'm going to give Grim Dawn is that appearance does mean a lot in this game. I appreciate that the big enemies actually feel strong and bulky. The small one, the tiny ones feel very petty, but, you know, like they can overwhelm you. Right? I like it when enemies match their stereotypes, because sometimes... like in a game like this, it adds, even when the enemy types change, that's a very consistent feature. So it doesn't matter whether they're, you know, cultaholics or whether they're or chthonics, whatever the fuck they're called, Aetherials, whatever. It keeps a very consistent formula throughout the game. Ooh, sweet. That looked like a one-time test.
But finished my cookies. The last shrine of the chapter, or of the act, is in this dungeon. I think my favorite part, though, is that you can cast the portal in combat. There's no channel or anything like that. You just summon it. It's, if you're fast enough, if you're smart enough, you can use it to basically save yourself in any combat situation. And even on bosses that have health regen, it allows you to basically respawn on top of them. You know, I wouldn't mind playing this game again in the future, but I'd want to do it multiplayer. If I did play this again, I'd want to do it in a group. I think that'd be really fun. Even one person, maybe more. But I'd love to, like, stream this with a bunch of other people. Who the hell are you? You're a big boy, and you're now a dead boy.
I can't carry anymore.
I'm actually near the end of the game. The base game, anyways. Pretty sure. I know, open the map. One DLC leads to here. There's 2 DLCs out for the game right now. One leads to here, which I'm assuming is going from Gloomwald all the way up to there. And the other DLC is this little map in the corner here. And I'm assuming that's what this guy here is sending you to. Because the other one we can get to now, except it says that we can't because we, there's like, it's a solid barrier of like ethereal, and we need like professional help to extinguish it.
Is there something you need?
I'll give you a good price on what I've got left.
Oh, I lose Grenado. 2 points of Grenado. But I'll take a look at that because percentage-wise, the bonus to physical is higher than the electrical slash fire damage combined of elemental damage. I'm gonna keep that because that's giving some solid pluses around. It is an increase. However, I actually lose armor. Like, I know I have the... Oh, no, because of the component, the 8% armor. Forgot about that, but yeah. In the end, the armor would be higher. Heart of the Wild is not a skill I'm investing into. It's a shaman skill. This one here. I'm gonna do it.
Safe storage, no questions asked. I'll keep an eye on this.
See anything you like? Put it to good use.
Yeah, I lost some bonuses to Grenado, sadly. There's a cat on the floor of my room now. Hi, Merlin. How you doing? How you doing? Oh, Merlin. How you doing, buddy? How you doing? Oh, buddy. Oh, Merlin. Hi, Jade. What's up? Oh, never mind. I see where I'm going. One sec. I just want to look up these bosses here. Just making sure I'm not missing these. Oh. I can actually do that one. I can go do the Kaiman secret one now. I would just like another portal before I did so.
That skill's not ready.
You can just keep coming. My my blade or my club will still beat the ever-loving shit out of you. Yeah, I truly fear the day I lose this weapon. If I lose this weapon, I need another piece of gear to compensate for the health regen I'm gonna lose. So I won't be dropping this weapon for minor DPS increases. Unless I can find another piece of gear that gives massive... Because the weapon's damage is more important than any other damage modifiers gear can give. Because your weapon is your damage. Your gear is just buffing that damage. Sorry, I picked up the shrine, so I want to make sure I mark it. Okay, so there's 7 acts in the game, but I'm assuming... So, I know I think Act 6 and 7 are the DLCs. Act 6 is over here. This one here for sure. Act 7, or Act 5 might go up to Barrow Home. And then Act 7 is this one here, for sure. Yeah, I'm just looking at the names of the locations of the last one. Act 7, the last 2 shrines are Tomb of Heretic and Tomb of Eldritch Sun, which are locations on the map there, you can see. And then the last one of Act 6 is Crown Hill, which you can see as a location on the map right here. And then the last... Wow, Act 6 only has 3 shrines. That's kind of crazy. In Act 5 has Ancient Grove, which is right here. So I am correct. This branch here is Act 5, this is Act 6, and this DLC here is Act 7. This is where the bounty boss is.
Alright. Don't know what the right direction here is. Yeah, that one guy clipped through the map, so I wanted to kill him. Just making sure I'm not missing anything. Especially since I have someone I need to kill here, so... think you're gonna compete with my grenades and my club? I'm telling you. The press A to win build that I have going for me is doing very well. I'm actually happy I ran Elementalist, so I didn't have to, like... Granted, if I were to play this again, I'd want to try and run a mage build, though. Oh, here he is. This is my target. Alright, now that I know where I need to be... The fuck is this? Oh. Sweet. That's actually real cool. I can go turn in the bounty and go do the Kaiman secret one. Yeah, so what I need is in here. The search for the Eye of Korvok. Oh my god, do you end? I want to look at the map! I want to look at the wiki! Stop spawning! Oh, what?
Come see what's left of my wares. Iron well spent.
Alright, I'll have to
I'll
head
give you a
back
good price
there.
on what I've got left.
Fuck off. Ooh, +1 to all shaman skills.
Put it to good use.
Got something you need stashed? Safe with me. Promise. I'll keep an eye on this.
And I don't think I spawned a portal in that map, so I'm gonna have to go back through all on my own. I did not. You just gonna keep following me until I kill you?
almost there. Just in case. I don't trust myself after already dying in here pointlessly. And I died. Man, it's a good thing I dropped that portal, huh? I'm really happy I dropped that portal.
That skill's not ready.
Die! Alright, this is where I need to be. God damn you, game.
I can't do that yet.
I do want to make sure I'm throwing the grenade because the grenade has DOT effects. Alright, let's head to Sorrow's Bastion. We can go and turn in this quest. Yeah, I didn't realize I could have done this way earlier than I thought I did. Got a lot of like recipes and stuff and lore.
Kaiman, puny thing. Why has he brought you before me? He has lost his senses? Has he fallen ill? No, he is a fool. Fools are punished. Gone, gone. There is only Korvok. Kneel before his messenger. What's your deal with Kaiman? Found Korvok's tomb. He called through the veil and a god answered. Kaiman begged for a way to save his people. Korvok merely asked for a soul. Now Kaiman has the power he needs, and Korvok gets his worshippers. Correct. Korvok, who was when the world was not. Korvok is eternal, infinite, primordial. You cannot stop what has been set in motion centuries ago. You have already served your purpose. Korvok is no longer foolish thing. The chosen serve their god and in turn reward for their worship. You would be labeled a heretic, an ally of Chthon. The dead god grows in strength. It threatens the power of Korvok, and so Korvok becomes the greater. God. You know him only as Chthon. Those blood courses through your veins, whose blood courses through his veins, as it does in every living being. The dead god yearns to return from the void. It calls to its blood, gathers it. Someday Chthon will be reborn. Humans are so amusing, always hungry for power. We made a deal with Kaiman. He has no need for you. There wasn't really anything in here other than just lore, and I was kind of hoping for a bigger reward than that, not gonna lie. Traitor, perhaps that is how history will view me, but not before. I use this power to help save humanity from the Aetherials and the Chthonians. The Primordials are fickle, gods are fickle, but they despise Chthon and his manifestations. I did what was necessary. You must trust me. I cannot possibly know what this thing wants. Perhaps not, but I do know that it craves the destruction of Chthon, just as we do. And I do know that it has the power to help us. What was the eye really for? It may be difficult to fathom, but Korvok once walked among us countless centuries ago. The eye is but a piece of his last manifestation. Korvok wishes to gather the parts of himself that were lost to him to consolidate his power, I presume. What about Empyrean? I'm afraid I honestly do not know. Perhaps the Lightbringer is just a myth, or truly has abandoned us as the texts imply. But what could force a god to flee a world of his own making? You misunderstand. I did not reveal my secrets to you so that you would call me a heretic and destroy what I had built. I want to show you just how dire our situation is. Humanity is on the brink of annihilation. I did what I had to in order to preserve our species. One day perhaps this will all come crashing down around me, but humanity will not be joining me in the pits of hell. I will see to that. Keep your secret so long as it helps humanity. Thank you. I knew you could put my trust in you was not misplaced. Look, just keep providing me with more demolition shit, and I don't give a damn. What's my faction score here with these guys? That's right. I didn't make the next belt stage either because I was worried about getting this because I kind of wanted to make everything at once, huh? Alright, let's head to Devil's Crossings. I feel like that's just a more centralized place to do shit in.
scrap metal.
Right, I just need to make a ballistic plating. Resilient plating. And I can make this, which is 34% to physical, 34% to elemental, which is electrical and fire. Perfect. Much, much stronger. And then I wanted to make the next stage of belt here. So let's go to armor here. So this is the next one, right? The chosen one here. I can make 3. Good vitality damage, but also a oh no, wait, that's comparing it to what I'm. Well, either way, still, that's a huge jump. Like lightning, 40, 44, 35, 40 fire. The fire here is 50. It is a DPS drop, though.
Don't get killed out there.
Need something broken down?
I need more scrap. And this is the best way to get it. I'll probably just clear out all my dynamite and then just go from there. I can always just get more dynamite. this guy doesn't make dynamite.
What brings you to my forge? Go on now. What brings you to my forge?
Enchanted flint. I am not getting good rolls on these. Oh, I'll take that one. It doesn't give me physical, but it gives me elemental, which just buffs fire and lightning even more. It's still a nerf, though. Hey, Lou, how are you? Still a slight damage nerf, but it's the least damage nerf I'm gonna get without completely losing all my resources trying to make this.
If you find any blueprints, bring them
I'll
back
keep
here.
your stash safe.
Going not too bad for me, just, you know, playing Grim Dawn. Let me
Safe
see,
with me.
is there any component I can make that I can put into my belt that might actually be worth it? Like, this is the one I'm doing now. I'll just make one now, just in case. Gives me some health regen and some more armor, which is good. Health and armor. One right here I really want in my shoes. %, to all damage? I don't know if I want that because it's a default weapon-based skill. So the one I have now is just 25% lightning damage, but it converts to adds more lightning to my main attack. How many do I need? 4? Oh, craft 100 items. That's kind of coincidental that it came off of crafting this, but this is a huge bonus. I'm going to strip the one I have off my boots right now and add that on. Nothing's better than this, though, so I'll just add that.
Go on now.
I got to head back to Devil's Crossing there to strip. I am almost done the base game, Lou. I'm actually in the final dungeon.
Specialty. Be safe out there.
Yeah, let me just go and sell all the other stuff I have, like the fucking belts and stuff. I'm a little upset that I lost my physical bonus damage, but it is what it is. It's kind of hard to believe that the increase in elemental damage didn't counteract the decrease. Like, this belt has... I guess it's because it's 36% physical damage. That's probably why. So the belt has, was it 40 fire over 24 and 37 lightning over electric, and then 27 elemental damage, which is 24 elemental, which is basically 24 more fire and 24 more lightning, which effectively makes it 64% fire and 61% lightning. And yet somehow that still is slightly weaker than the 36% physical damage. Like, I'm actually shocked. Minuscule enough, though, it doesn't really matter in the long run.
Iron well spent. You see anything you like? Iron well spent.
But in the long and short of it, though, I have more damage because of this. Oh, and I have a new skill granted too. All right, well, let's. What am I adding to LB? Gavel of Justice. Getting right into it, I guess. Yeah, one champion down. 2 champions down. You lose. I only got 75% reputation points for killing one of the most dangerous enemies in the game. Oh, and I unlocked the higher difficulties too. My fucking bro died though. I think he got eaten.
You've returned. Is it finished then?
The beast has been banished, but Olgom was pulled into the void along
So
with
our
it.
great moment of triumph is soured with tragedy. The cult's defeat at the
Thunder of the
Necropolis
Karn.
marks humanity's first major victory in
Beat the
this
game.
conflict, proving that we are not going to simply lie down and let ourselves be wiped out by fiends and spirits. Word of this victory will spread and give people hope that someday this nightmare will truly be over. Yet we cannot forget those who sacrificed their lives to bring us here. Brave men and women of the Black Legion who took up arms in the defense of Uralan, a nation that scorned them as criminals, outcasts, and even traitors. In death, they were none of those things. They died as heroes. But I refuse to count Ulgrim among the dead just yet. I owe him that much. I could use your help. Are you with me?
How can I help? So I got a legendary sword here. I appreciate him giving me a one-handed weapon for my... Oh, fuck. I didn't want to sell that. I appreciate him giving me a one-handed weapon for my two-handed build. Incredibly kind and considerate of him.
I'll keep your stash safe. It's safe with me, promise. Good, you're back. I
Sure.
struggle to admit this. I must abandon my efforts at opening a rift to reach Ulgrim. For all I've learned in battling the occult, I'm no warlock. During my last attempt, I nearly lost control of the ritual when something tried to breach my portal from the other side. This is too dangerous to continue. To make matters worse, Captain Bourbon has just arrived with a girl named Amala, bearing dire news from the east. While we struggled here to stop the Chthonians from unleashing terror and madness upon the world, the Aetherials have been far from idle. Everything they had done in this region is merely a sample of what is to come, if what Amala says is true. As much as it pains me to say this, our plans to rescue Ulgrim are secondary to this rising threat in the fallen city of Malmö. The passage north from Burwich is quickly closing as the Aether Fire consumes everything. But perhaps we can accomplish both goals at once. You see, the Luminari have long been aware of a coven of witches hiding out to the north of Burwich, using the treacherous territory to deter pursuers. The witches will know the lay of the land and should be aware of any paths that remain through the Aether Fire. And I have hopes that they will be able to do what I could not. Reveal where the Loghorian has taken Algrim. I would go myself, but I doubt the arrival of a high-ranking Inquisitor will be looked upon kindly within their circle, and I am needed in Devil's Crossing. I know that you have suffered much already in the defense of humanity, but you are the only one I can trust with this. Take my pendant and travel north from the Burwich Estates. A barrier of Aether Fire will stand in your way, but the pendant will make short work of it. Head north through Gloomwald until you've reached the edges of Ugdenbog, where I believe the Coven has made their home. You cannot arrive empty-handed, or they may well burn any memory of discovering their location right out of your mind. I recommend you hunt down a creature known as Caraxus Foul, the Scourge of Ugdenbog. I imagine it has grown quite large over the years, preying on unwary travelers making their way through Gloomwald. Find the beast within its waterside lair in Gloomwald, and bring its heart to the Coven. I'm sure they'll find some nefarious use for it. But we must overlook that in light of our situation. Show them this keepsake of Algrim's and find us a way to Malmouth. We will be awaiting your signal.
All right. I got a frying pan and a pendant. Okay, so these are the quest items I need.
Excuse me, could I have a moment of your time? I overheard that you will be headed beyond Gloomwald in the hopes of reaching Malmouth. It's noble of you to spearhead this effort, but I was hoping there was something you could look into for me. You see, I did not travel down here alone. I was with my father. He was injured in Gloomwald, and I had no choice but to leave him behind in search of aid.
My father and I were part of a small group that managed to escape the confines of Malmouth's ruins, but we did not get far before the casualties began. The spreading Aether Fire and roaming Aetherials saw to that. But it was not until we reached Ugdenbog that the horrors truly began. Cannibals, poisonous fumes, and even carnivorous plants threatened our every move. By the time we entered Gloomwald, it was just my father and I, but we were not out of danger yet. A pack of cannibals ambushed us in the night. My father was injured in the fray. While it wasn't fatal, I had no choice but to leave him so that I could find help. Eventually, I found my way to Devil's Crossing. I'm not sure how long my father can survive on his own. He was never very good with weapons, or much of anything for that matter. Nevertheless, he's the only family I've got left, and I want to look for him. But the Inquisitor insists that I first debrief him on every detail that I can recall on Malmouth. On your way through Gloomwald, will you spare some time and search for my father? He could not have strayed far from the main road.
Sure. All right, the next journey begins. Oh, this was a bad spot to go to. Yeah, this is the closest. Do you really? Do you really? Do you really? You're fucking level 17. Go home. Not even worth the swing of my sword or my club. Unless you're literally blocking my path. I'll destroy you because, oh, you're too weak to even give me an Aether Shard. You're not even fucking worth it. Should emphasize I'm not taking damage from these guys. They don't do enough to hurt me. Watch. Okay, they can hurt me, but they kill themselves in the process way harder. So we saw this before. But now we move into the DLC. I will probably spend time off stream grinding Kaimon's Chosen. Most specifically just to try and get more credit. Oh, these are Ethereal Vanguards now. Because I got credit for the boss fight. Just so that I can continue to try and get that, like, because I would prefer stronger belts as time goes forward, right? And I only need about 10,000 more, which, in all honesty, if I just log in every now and then and just, you know, I can, there's still bounties I can do, but I can also just go around and just kill things, right? Go to the areas where their enemy types spawn and just kill them for faction experience. Not gonna lie, to be honest with you here, Black Legion's kind of bullshit. I'm just gonna say that. The fact is that they're the enemies you need to kill to get faction experience for them is in the DLC, but they themselves are in the base game. Kind of dumb. Unless their faction didn't unlock unless you had the DLC, which then I guess I can understand. There's so, like, I'm on part 8 of this, and it took me 8 parts to beat the main game, which is really cool. Because that's, you know, when you consider, like, how much this game cost, including DLCs, versus, like, how much I've gotten out of it. And keep in mind, this is just one build, one difficulty. There are other difficulties. There's 2 higher difficulties than this. There's several other classes that can all mix and mingle and play differently. That just there's a lot of potential replayability with this game. I probably wouldn't, I would definitely replay it. I probably wouldn't, like, replay it all the fucking time, but, like, you know, if I ever want to come back to it, I would with just a different class. Different class combination, right? Even then, there's different ways to build the classes that I am now. I could play a different type of elementalist. I could play a summon build. Shaman has a lot of summon abilities. Yeah, if I did play this game again, though, I'd want to either be a magic user or a summoner. I want to go, like, all in on pets. That'd be kind of cool. So I bet you anything, the plant monsters, they give you faction points towards the Covenant, or the Coven, sorry. Wait, did I destroy the dude's keepsake to get past the barrier? I'd never probably play this on a higher difficulty. If I did, I'd be cheating. Like, I'm not even gonna joke. Absolutely cheating. I enjoy the difficulty the game has right now. I'm overpowered enough to feel content with my abilities, but I also can still get my ass handed to me if I'm not careful. I want to ask how I entered the cellar from inside the house when that entrance was outside, but whatever. I went in to get the chest, which was inside. This jujitsu blow skill is going to be really strong. It's basically like the skill I have on my bow, but I can use it on my melee weapon, and it's really good. How the fuck is this guy not dying?
That
That skill's not ready.
Your bones will rust. You will make a worthy sacrifice.
I'd imagine someone was probably just healing him.
That skill's not ready.
Like, look at that. It's wider and faster than the skill on my bow. My crossbow. And it's stronger, too. Oh, it's so good. Okay, that one was a bit off-centered. There has to be something of value down here, because I've not found anything yet. It's nice to have just another powerful room clearing ability, though. Don't get me wrong, I did kill a boss, but the boss wasn't needed for anything. So killing him didn't really benefit me. Where does this take me out? Farther away from where I was than I'd like. I was actually talking to a friend the other day about Monster Hunter World. This does have relevance, by the way, because it had to do with... So, Monster Hunter World, I never got around to playing Monster Hunter Rise. Maybe I should, and I know Wild is coming out soon. But I actually played quite a bit of Monster Hunter World. This is before I started streaming that I played it. And I have some weapons I liked, like, you know, dual sword, hammer, charge blade. But my favorite weapon in the game, hands down, the one I would use more often. I would really only change weapons if my favorite weapon was either not the most beneficial to fight the particular enemy I was fighting, or if the enemy had a particular weakness. Like, for example, hammer. Hammer is a weapon that you really want to use on certain enemies because they're weak to crush. You know, so I never actually ran hammer that much. I just got comfortable with it enough to use it in the circumstances I needed it in. But my favorite weapon in the game was Insect Glaive, and I got really good at it. I would learn where, for those that are uninitiated, Insect Glaive is a high learning skill weapon. It not only just has fast combos, but it also has a lot of aerial potential. There's vaulting and stuff. No other weapon in the game has the kind of combat that Insect Glaive has. But additionally, on top of that, the reason it's called Insect Glaive is because it's a glaive, like a double-sided spear, but it also has an insect tied to it. The insect, what you did was you hit an enemy with the insect, and it would bring back a buff. I think it depended on... There was only ever 3 buffs, and it depended on the insect glaive you were running, or the insect, I forget how it was. But you'd get 3 buffs, and it was like, I think the colors were red, white, orange, and yellow. Or maybe there was 4, I don't remember. It's been a while. But the color you got on your insect was based on what body part you hit. So your goal, your general goal, is to try and get as many of the buffs as possible. And when you actually get them all at once, you get an increase to all the buffs. So I got very good at learning, like, when I first encountered a new enemy, I would quickly figure out what parts, which body parts gave what buffs. Now, there was general consensus, like most, it's like, oh, orange was the tail, you know, white was the body, red was the legs, or no, red was the head, and yellow was the legs, or something like that, right? But there were some differences depending on the physiology of the enemy. Sometimes the wings were one of the colors, you know, things like that. I got pretty good at figuring. I would initially try and figure that out as quickly as I could, and then I got really good at targeting, like really super good at targeting them. And I know a lot of people complain about PC users using Insect Glaive because they could aim with mouse. I played on PC, but I did not use mouse. I actually played controller because that was the comfortable way I played the game. I really enjoyed the game. I had a lot of fun in the game. I even managed to get the Behemoth armor set, which was from the Final Fantasy XIV crossover, which allowed you to, which got you a set based off basically the Dragoon class from Final Fantasy XII. But this class, what it did for 14 was give a lot of bonuses towards Insect Glaive. Not directly, but it was like aerial elemental damage was like a bonus. Well, there's really only one weapon that's abusing that kind of effect. Increased your elemental damage when you were airborne, and Insect Glaive was one of them. And that was pretty much just Insect Glaive. Which makes sense because Dragoon does use, I believe, a pole or a spear or something in Final Fantasy. I got this. It was very hard to get because, a la Final Fantasy XIV, it's basically designed around using a party to challenge. I got the full set. I was super happy. Beat the rest of the game with it. And then I went into the Iceborne DLC. The Iceborne DLC introduced a new system called Master Rank, as well as new armor gear, new armor stuff based off of, or new armor because there were new monsters to fight and kill. So anything you could get in that expansion was basically Master Rank gear. It was inherently better than the base game gear. The problem is none of the old gear got Master Ranked. Some of it got pseudo Master Ranked, where it was very similar to the old gear, but for the most part, some of the gear never got Master Ranked at all. One of those was the Behemoth armor. Never got Master Ranked. And the reason this pissed me off is because of defensive values. The armor on my gear, I think, accumulated, whatever it was like 50% of the weakest armor in the Iceborne expansion. In terms of armor value. The weakest armor, the first armor set I could grind for in Iceborne was double the defense of my current endgame gear from the base game. That's an insane armor jump. And then once I realized there was no way to New Game Plus replace my my gear, I just quit. I just stopped playing. I said, I worked very hard to get this armor set. I really enjoyed using it. You know, having these bonuses with my favorite weapon. This DLC prevents me from enjoying the game the way I want to, I'm not playing anymore. I would have to take a huge DPS boost to survive, basically. The Elemental Airborne perk was only on this armor set. Right? Like, unlike other many other skills that appeared on different armor sets, Elemental Airborne was only on this one set. And because of that, my inability to use the bonuses I wanted on the weapon I enjoyed using, I quit the game. Never went back to it. Never looked back, nothing.
Come see what's left of my wares.
I can't, like, because I know, it's hard to say, because I know, like, you know, because it was a crossover event, like, I don't know if they could have, like, made a Master Rank version, but they could have put the stats on a new set or something. It's their game, you know, who's saying they can't? Unless that was in the contract with the crossover as well. So yeah, I just got, like, really pissed off that, you know, my favorite weapon of choice that I took time to learn. I wouldn't say master, but learn to use as effectively and efficiently as possible with my skill level. You know, learn to go in, fight enemies, learn what parts of their bodies gave what insects.
Good use.
Fuck off. Practice hitting the body parts that I wanted the insect to tag. Right? I put a lot of effort into learning that weapon. Spent a lot of time getting the armor that I wanted to best benefit that weapon, and then the DLC came out and just negated all my hard work. The highest DPS you can possibly get with Insect Glaive requires you to severely nerf your defense. And if you're a master player at the game, play without getting hit, go for it. But most people that play Monster Hunter, even experts, are going to get hit a few times.
Put it to good use.
We're counting on you to find a way to Malmouth. Good luck out in Uchtenbach.
Did one of the merchants die?
I'll keep your stash safe. I'll keep an eye on this.
The merchant that was, I've seen this before. Merchant that was on the left side here is gone. And I'm pretty sure the guy on the right is an optional merchant you can get only if you choose to save him. Ooh, I just saw a shrine pop up. Roots of Primordial Rage. The big 2 points to the big one. 42% elemental damage. This one here actually gives physical damage and then 2 points to... it's less physical damage than my current pair, though, and no fire damage, so it's already weaker. Oh, whoops, sorry. But it does get access to +2 to Explosive Strike, which is, I believe, this skill here. Missile Strike is so good! I'll miss it, but one day I'll have to get rid of it, and when I do, I'll be sad.
Please, just leave me alone out here.
Arcanist. No, look, you must be Garrett. Huh? Yes, but how did you know? Your daughter sent me to find you. Well, you made it to safety then? Yeah, she's fine. She's at Devil's Crossing. Prison? Well, so long as she's safe, I guess I can die in peace then. No need to be dramatic. I can get you out of here. I cannot bear to look her in the eyes. Failed her as a father. Failed to protect her when she needed me. Leave me alone. It won't be any good to her dead. Suppose that is true. Got together this far, I cannot abandon her again. I have been given a second chance. How do you plan on getting me through? My leg is busted.
I am relieved that my father made it safely. We were never close, but he's the only family I got left. I don't know how to thank you. Oh, perhaps this. Here, take this potion. My father and I took sips from it along our journey to keep up our strength.
This place is like a dream I can't quite shake off.
Alright, that quest done and handed in. Let's head back to here. I didn't talk to him at first because I thought that was the entrance to the dungeon I need to do. Do not mess with me. Fire, lightning, and a good smack to the face. Those are the things I wield. I'll tell you though, out of a lot of the paths I've gone down though, this game seems to have a heavy favor so far for like chill, poison, and vitality damage. But that could just be circumstantial. Me noticing all the item drops I'm getting that are not that I can't use. And besides, you already know that, you know, whatever you don't get then, you won't get in the like, well, I guess gear can level if the enemies do, but... Thought I saw skulls next to a health bar. Probably just imagining it. One second. What I'm probably gonna do is I'm probably gonna get this stream to the witches and probably call it there. Because there's some stuff I want to do tonight. Some stuff that I mentioned earlier that I had some stuff downloading. Like that's one of it. Really love your poison, don't you? So basically, I want to complete the current main story quest objective. That's my plan. Well, I think this is the base. Yeah, Coven's Refuge. There's a quest here, but then we'll pick that up when we get back here. So I didn't find this Karox fowl thing that I need to find.
Where is this cave entrance? I'm going all over the god. I'm assuming that's it. Not gonna lie, that one guy that lived, if I were him, I would have just fucking given up. In 2 moves, I annihilated the entire group. Like, not even a chance. Like, just eviscerated them. And the dude still just decides to point his eekly little pistol at me. Definitely the definition of brave or stupid.
Can't do that yet.
Ah, there we go. A cold weapon that gives bonuses to Grenado. And it converts more to cold than fire. The bonus physical damage to Grenado sounds nice, but other than that, it's a terrible weapon. Hi.
That skill's not ready.
Goodbye. At some point, I know press A to win will not work, but I'm going to appreciate every moment of it while it does. So since I've already reached the Coven, though, I can just fast travel. I've map completed out the zone, so...
Whatever it is you think you're doing here, you are in the wrong place. Interesting. It appears that perhaps we can be of use to each other after all. Very well. Speak. What brings you to our refuge?
I must find a way to Malmouth and find a lost
If you
friend.
seek a path to Malmouth through the swamps, then I am afraid you are out of luck. The roads have all but collapsed, and even if you should somehow find your way out of the bog, the land beyond has been consumed by Aetherfire. Ancient passageways exist that could take you north, but they are not of this realm, and you will not like where they lead. Now, this friend of yours? What happened?
Her name was Ulgrim. He was taken by the Void in
Ulgrim, you
battle.
say? Oh, it would be a shame to lose such a legend. But if he was claimed by the Void, then... perhaps this gives me an idea that will solve both your predicaments. But if we are to help with this, then I must ask for something more in return. What you ask will take me some time to prepare. But before I help you, there is something you must do for us. Deep within Ugdungbog, to the north of our refuge, there lies a village by the name of Barrowholm. I need you to travel there. I care not for the village, only for what was stolen. We had crafted an Ugdungbog fetish within the swamp in order to protect ourselves from the wilderness. Recently, someone has tampered with it, tore off the head of the fetish, and ran off with it. I can still sense its waning power within the bog, and the only nearby settlement is Barrowholm. I do not care what you do. We must have it returned to us. Do this, and I shall give you the means.
Sounds like a plan.
Come see what's left of my wares.
Wow, just the set bonus on that, just +1 to all skills. I feel like that's worth keeping. It's actually better than my left ring 33% over the 23%, but I want to keep that health regen for the moment, so I'm just going to bank that ring. I'll bank that.
See you around.
Is there a bank in this map? Soldier, I'm told that you're heading into Ugdenbog. Brave of you. I was wondering if you could assist us in an important matter while you're out there. What did you have in mind? Matron Malostria has been reaching out across Karn, calling witches to gather here in relative safety. Once they arrive, their survival becomes my responsibility until they get accustomed to life in Ugdenbog. Most of those that Malostria was able to commune with have arrived, except for a few stragglers. It's been some time, though, and we suspect something has happened to our future sisters. If you find yourself in Ugdenbog, please look around. See if any of them have gotten lost or worse, captured by the roaming cannibals. Even though they are not yet under my care,
I feel a certain responsibility for the well-being, but I cannot simply leave the refuge. If you do this for me, I will see that you are aptly rewarded with some of our supplies. Meet again, friend. I must admit, I had some reservations regarding your unusual state of mind, but you have proven to be understanding of the human plight, even compassionate. My sisters will breathe easier knowing that you are willing to see past our craft for the people we are, and I will make sure they hear it. Do not worry. I will not speak of your origins to the others. Even though they endured prejudice in the Empire, they are not entirely free of it themselves. It's humanity for you, I suppose. How'd you make it here all the way from Blood Grove? It wasn't simple, I can tell you that. After Mastoria's calls became more frequent, I set out east towards the lake. I traveled a part of the way by boat, but that dingy thing did not last long in the turbulent waters. Found myself off the coast of Whitemire, nearly drowned. Thankfully, a couple of rovers found me before the slip did. With their help, I recovered quickly and made my way here. Sarah called you here? Yes, she is a powerful psychic. And nearly burnt at the stake herself for her ability to tap into the ether. Magnified by the powers of the other witches, Mastoria called out to anyone with the gift who might hear. The lucky few who interpreted her summons and survived the journey are here.
I can smell the questions upon you.
I'll give you a good price.
Oh, there is a bank here. Good. Just curious as to +1 to Anarchist, Inquisitor. I'm just seeing what this has, like, because these stayed the same throughout the game, right? So I'm just seeing it's like, so if I was playing Anarchist or Inquisitor, you know, here's the belts for it, right?
Iron well spent.
I'll keep your stash safe.
On what I've got left. See you around.
Safe storage, no questions asked.
Yeah, I'm gonna call it here. I know it's a shorter stream than the norm, but I feel like I still got quite a bit done. You know, beat the base game and set myself up nicely into the DLC, the first DLC. Tomorrow will be Pokemon. We do Pokemon Leaf Green. So we'll look forward to that, and then we wrap up Generation 3 and move on to the era of physical special splits, which is good and bad depending on the Pokemon you want to look at. But with that said, I'm hoping I hear news about a job. I didn't hear anything today. Hoping I hear maybe something tomorrow. We'll see if the stream gets delayed tomorrow because I haven't gone for long walks lately, and I wouldn't mind going for a walk tomorrow. But with that said, I'm going to call it here. My name is Daimien Kamiya. I am the Omni King, and be a friend, foe, or a member of the Omni Council. I'll see you later. Goodbye, everyone.